Now look, I did the first video. Man, I be doing so much. I be doing so much. I gotta catch up. All right, let me see. Did this upload? Yeah, it uploaded. Okay. Hey, family. This is BMore Teen Talk. BMore Teen Talk. Right? Now, y'all know Monday through Friday, I do the couch. Saturdays and Sundays, I do Teen Talk. I fixed it where, it asks you, is this adult only? You put it for just adults. Well, I took that down. Monday through Friday, whenever I come on, and I'm on the couch, talk, right? If any youth want to come up, they're very welcome. Only thing I say, family, is please respect each other. Even when it comes to Team BMore, I'm trying to keep remembering what they gave me, the new stuff they gave me to say, so I don't have to say BMore's Real Teen Talk Show, giving our youth a voice. I don't have to say that in that sense anymore. I can just say BMore Teen Talk, empowering the next generation. Because I share about my 12-step program, right? And I feel as though, because, well, I don't like when I start stuttering. When I start stuttering, that means I'm trying to watch what I say. And I don't like it when I do that. I like to just be straight. But when I got clean, right, from the smugs and everything, and I did a 4th step, I went back as far as I can go to that 5-year-old boy that was dealing with some life challenges, right? So I went back as far as I could go. And I had to face whatever realities, challenges, that I was dealing with coming up, So to me, it's a blessing because it gave me a chance to get to know me. It seemed like all over again, right? And thank God for my sponsor, who already been through this process, that helped walk me through this process of a spiritual journey. Just in case y'all don't understand. Now, I can use the 12 steps, right? The same way I do with the men, the women. I didn't help a lot of people over my 33 years, and I'm just talking about the 12-step program. Go back and deal with those challenges in life that they call themselves running from. Now, a lot of times when I come on, and just for TikTok's sake, I like to introduce myself a little bit, right? And when I say introduce myself a little bit, because this is the Teen Talk, right? BMore Teen Talk. I'm trying to make sure I keep my words right. Bear with me, family. Bear with me. BMore. BMore. One word, BMore, like Baltimore's. BMore. Teen Talk. All right. I'm looking for something to show y'all. I'm looking for something on my other phone. That's why I'm playing with this too, right? Because now, because this is the Teen Talk, right? I want to be able to say certain words that are actually TikTok friendly. I want to say certain words that's TikTok friendly. You get me? Not just TikTok friendly. I'm streaming right now to YouTube. I'm streaming right now to 3 of my Facebook pages. I'm streaming right now to X, which is actually Twitter. I'm streaming to TikTok. Well, not TikTok. I meant Twitch, right? So I'm streaming to actually 6 platforms on my iPad. And then I have TikTok over here. So it's 7 altogether that I'm live streaming to. And I am actually live streaming around the world, okay, in other countries. While I'm sitting right here at my broadcast table or desk, however you want to put it, with my setup. This is business for me. This is just not a conversation. This is about helping people put their lives back in order, okay? Y'all can take it for a joke. That's not what Big Unc is at. What's up, T-Lo? That's not where I'm at. All right? What's up, nephew? So, in saying what I'm saying, look at the prompt right here, because I'm going to read some stuff off to y'all. I just want y'all to look at the prompt. This means a lot to me, family, when it comes to us as adults. I realize our children just don't hear what we say. They watch what we do. So if you the type of person that says one thing and does it and does a total different thing, you are considered as a liar to your children. That's why a lot of our children don't trust us, because we say one thing and we do the opposite. Remember? I remember when I was younger and they said, do as you told, not you know. Wait a minute, let me make sure I say it right. I was gonna say, do as you told, not as I say, or catch it, it'll pop back in a minute. But now, what I had to do, because of TikTok algorithm, whatever y'all call it, algorithm, I had to learn TikTok friendly words. So TikTok, I'm going to say some stuff because of my live streaming as well to other platforms. Instead of saying things like childhood trauma, use phrases like early life challenges. This is the stuff that I have to say as a recovering addict that takes people back to look at childhood challenges. It says use words like early life challenges, our past stories. Now, mind you, this is the teen talk. This is the teen talk. Or childhood experiences. You might not want to put your mindset back to the stuff that you went through in life. That's why a lot of people running away from, just for today, stuff that happens way back when. You get me? Early life challenges. And like I was sharing with AI on TikTok, rather than us using words like sex, we have to use words like smex or grape. So when it comes to saying stuff like, instead of saying words like abuse or pain, that's why y'all hear me say my 12-step spiritual journey. My 12-step spiritual journey. And it even talks about the tone of my voice. Because I'm a very passionate man. But y'all will take it as me being aggressive. And that's why TikTok tend to restrict certain languages that I might say out my mouth. Because I'm a very, 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 very compassionate man. I come hard, and I tell y'all that all the time. Whenever I open up my mouth, I tell y'all, please don't take me personal. I want us to take a look at ourselves. Then it says, instead of using words like struggling, it's helping me to rephrase my words, family. Talk about navigating our emotional growth. And y'all notice when I talk about my 12-step spiritual program, right? Or I say my 12-step healing and growth. Sometimes I might say my 12-step spiritual awareness. The only reason why I'm saying this, family, because I had to go back and look back over my life to find out why at 11 years old, I reached out towards the plant. You get me? Guess where I'm at right now? Even though I'm sitting here as an adult, guess where I'm at right now? I'm looking back at that 11-year-old that reached out for the plant. See, I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid to go back and address early life challenges. I'm not afraid. So that's why I'm able to go back to when I was 5. Now I'm 11. When I went back inside of myself, I had to address that 5-year-old as the adult. Had to tell that 5-year-old, I got you. I'm going to protect you from there on. Sometimes that 5-year-old want to come out and show off. Then now we talking about the 11-year-old with the plan for TikTok's sake. And y'all know what it is, Baltimore City. We talking about the cutting the grass for TikTok's sake. 13 years old. I had a cup this size full of T-Bird. 13 years old. Now I'm looking back at myself at 13. When I took my first drink of T-Bird. 13. 14 years old. And I do this every time I get on here just to walk back down memory lane. 14 years old. The cocoa leaf. 14. Right? Can you share your challenges? Can you share your truth? Or you want to keep running? Not me. Not today. Not today. I ain't running. 14 years old. I remember asking my cousin, I said, can you pew-pew this? She said, yeah. I said, hit me. 15 years old. I'm doing, we called it, for TikTok's sake, I might have to find another word, TikTok. We called it speedballing. From the age of 11, for 19 years, I didn't get clean until I turned 30, going on 31. The reason why I'm sharing this, family, because this is the Teen Talk. I am, until we can get our youth to talk about themselves, I am the voice for our youth. Okay? Listen to learn, and learn while you're listening, parents. A lot of y'all went through the same stuff. Stop playing with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. A lot of y'all, when I say early life challenges, some of it might have happened around about 2, 3, 5. You get it? Now, and I can't use the word, hey, Steve. I can't use the word, I got to use the word great over here. Could have been an uncle, could have been an aunt, could have been a cousin, could have been a big brother. I'm talking about early life challenges. Okay? See, one thing about having a spiritual connection, Steve, I was able to go back because I gained the strength, I gained the courage, I mustered up the faith, I mustered up the trust. I was able to go back inside of myself and look back at the past. I'm a grown man. I'm clean. I don't have nothing blocking my mental state, my emotions in an unhealthy way. I'm clean from all mind, mood, chemicals. So now I'm able to go back and address those early life challenges. My past story. This is what I'm talking about now. I ain't stuck. Understand, I'm not stuck today. The same method that they taught me how to address childhood challenges is how I was able to raise my children and make sure they live in a healthy, productive way of life. You get me? This is how I was able to navigate my children. I became a foster care parent. They taught me how to, I was going to say navigate, but they taught me how to deal with children with early childhood traumas. So anytime you adopt a child or anytime you jump into that type of arena, 9 times out of 10, the children was removed from the parents. You get it? The goal is they look for people with healthier mindsets to raise these type of children that have, and TikTok, horrific early life challenges or past life stories or childhood experiences to help them cope with life in the here and now. Corey, I hope you come up because Corey works with the homeless population, the teenagers. I said, oh my God, I need you. Because I need somebody that can better understand. Or explain, I mean, family. You got a lot of children that's out there homeless because they've been great, because of stuff that's going on inside of their house, the mental, the emotional, the verbal, physical challenges. You get me? And I'm trying to watch it for TikTok's sake, please. So bear with me. Bear with me. Because it told me rather than using the words like abuse and pain, talk about the healing journey. So catch it. I'm throwing that for you to catch this. The healing journey. The breaking old patterns. Because guess what? Us as parents, if we have not healed from our early life challenges, we're not going to be able to help our children in the presence. Y'all ain't going to like me. Y'all are not going to like me. And the reason why, because I have to share the truth about life with us in general. You get it? And sometimes, be honest, unless you learn to accept early childhood challenges, and unless you learn just for the day to be able to accept, yeah, I went through this, I went through that, yeah, and what? Because I'm grown now, you get me? And the goal is not to allow it to weigh me down. It's the past. It's nothing I can do to change it. You get it? So please catch me, family. All of this stuff I had to learn. Acceptance is the key to life. And forgiveness is the key to life. So whatever went on in our, early life, I had to learn to accept whatever was, it was, it happened. I had to learn to forgive whoever did what they did, it happened. Not only that, I had to learn to forgive Steve Copeland for how I felt about what happened to me and the people that did what they did to me, because I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I was a child. You get it? You get it? I just want to rephrase in certain words because I know they can be real triggering. So I just wanted to look up other ways and means to say certain things that won't be so hurtful now. Because I already know if you don't have peace in your life today, or say like you're dealing with depression, 9 times out of 10, I already know it's something from the past that's haunting you now. You get it? Some people, because this right here, psychologically, right? They create, I know I did when I was younger coming up, that fantasy friend, that protection. You get it? And now that you've grown, it's like that person, that why would you say auto ego? That, I'm trying to say that ego person, that other personality, right? Right? Trying to say that one. Alter ego, personality. That's what kept us through a lot of our childhood challenges, because we created that other person. Come on, I've been there. I remember when I couldn't wait to lay down and fantasize about, like, I'm hurting about something here, but I'm fantasizing about something over here to stay out of that pain. Come on. So I had to dig in, I had to go in here. And the same way I'm talking to y'all, I work with my children the same way. When I done foster care, they taught me. Foster care as a foster care parent. They taught me. I was the only man when I went to become certified. I was the only man when we had to go back for training classes. It was grandmothers there. It might have been sisters to watch over their youth, sisters, children, brothers, all that. I was the only male. A lot of the mothers, well, grandmothers, who should be relaxing and living their lives, came in to become certified so that their grandkids wouldn't be with people they didn't know. So rather than them relaxing and living their lives, now they babysitting your children because your life is not together. Oh, I can say that because I was there. I was there. So I'm not saying something I don't know. The goal, me and this brother was talking about opening up, Dr. Albert, this building for foster care children that's aging out of the system. You want me to say it again? We went to look at a building that Tootie had in Baltimore City, where she did foster care before she passed. My goal was to carry on her legacy, because I did foster care. It was a school in there and everything, a daycare center and everything. It was just to go in and continue to work. But to work with the ones that's aging, I don't have no problem. If you're 13, 14, 15, I don't have no problem. I have a housing program. And if our teenagers need somewhere to stay, and they call me, if I can't house them, I'm going to send them to somebody that does work with the youth. All right. I'm not no joke, family. Y'all can go on all these other platforms and run off at your mouth all you want. Talk a real good Gucci game. That ain't Steve Copeland. I'm about solutions to the problems that's facing our communities. I want to know how to better work with our politicians, because their goal is just to create laws. Y'all get it totally mixed up. It's people that's on the grassroots, on the ground level like myself, who started a talk show to run off at his mouth. Not just to run off at my mouth, but educate the public. I'm in Baltimore City. I'm not in DC. I'm not in Delaware. I'm not in Philly. I'm not in Chicago. I'm not in New York. I'm in Baltimore City. We ain't the only city that's dealing with marginalized community issues. We're not. So whenever I come on somebody's platform, yes, I am. I'm going to talk about the programs that Steve Copeland and others have developed in Baltimore City to help turn a lot of this around. And if you don't want to hear it, and I got to argue with you as a host because you feel like I'm being too personal, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? You want me to come up on your platform just like you have a lot of them up there lying about this and lying about that, and you all right with that? Don't invite me. I have my own platform. I don't have to come on your platform. I have my own broadcast network. I do not have to come on yours. The only reason why I come to support you. If you got a prompt up where you want to talk about the youth and how we can gain control over them, then if I come up, I'll tell you what we're doing in Baltimore City to slow a lot of it down. If you don't want to hear it, then don't invite me. All right? Do not. Do not. Because a lot of y'all will put up platforms where people get messy, nasty, and mean towards each other. And then I'm looking around to see where the YT at. Because y'all quick to say, oh, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. He not in here doing this. This us. And you don't even see it. Don't play with me. I used to live a certain lifestyle. I don't live that lifestyle no more. My children, my grandchildren, my nieces and nephews that I raise, we provide a better life for them than what we had. Y'all don't want to hear it? How to help your family move forward? Don't invite me then. So now, since this is the team talk, I got to go back and say it again. I'm looking at my time frame. Early. It talks about, rather than me using words like childhood trauma, use words more like early life challenges. For TikTok's sake, early life challenges. Our past story. So when y'all hear me go back and talk about my story, I'm 64 years old. I was not born in 1952. I was not born in 1619. I don't know if that stuff really happened or not. We only know what they taught us or what they, what we studied. So what I learned to do is talk about from 1962 on up to now, which I know my story is fact. Chill out. Anytime you talk about somebody else and you wasn't there to experience yourself, I had to learn to stop doing that. Sitting up here talking about other people's life and I'm afraid to tell you about mine. Bullcrap. All right, let me feed y'all this because I've been now my journey is spiritual. So if you hear me quote scripture, the only reason why I'm gonna grab certain scripture, it's not based around a religion. Okay? It's basically to help empower you, strengthen you, to motivate you. That's what my main focus is all about. I use scripture, right? The Bible. I use the morals. Listen to what I'm saying. I use the morals, the values, the spiritual principles contained within the Bible to live a better way of life today. I don't use it to tear people apart. That's not me. Because when I read scripture, right, that's between me and God or the creator. You call him Mother Earth, you call him whatever you call him. That's how he work with you, that's fine. Right? Because it's God. Look. God don't deal with us all the same way, or that positive energy, or that third eye. When you talk about stuff like that, and I know you talking about yourself, I feel you. If you talk about your religion and what your religion is teaching you, like through doctrine and all that type of stuff, when you talk about your particular religion, be honest with you, I am learning how you live a certain way according to the traditions and the laws. It's just that simple. Now, y'all know the 10 Commandments, right? Then the 5 books of Moses is nothing but the laws that was broken down and how God wants us to live our life, a more healthier and prosperous way of life. And whenever you go against what is right, you're going to do what is wrong because you're going against good for evil. That's me. I'm the one that makes the decision to do what's right. I'm the one that makes the decision to do what's wrong. It's me. I can't blame that on Adam, Eve. I can't blame that on Lucifer. God gave him a task to do. He decided he wanted to do something different. He disobeyed the Father. We can call it he sinned against the Father. That's his life. What I try to do, family, just for the day, is live the best God-centered life I possibly can. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. Organized religion and politics is the same. They create laws that we can benefit from, and they create laws that will cripple us. You're the one, look at this, have to learn to be obedient to the laws. Go back to the 5 books of Moses. Go back. Even your politicians, your rulers, and all of them, they will use the laws to cripple us. But people like myself will use the laws to create solutions to help the people live to the best of their human abilities. Don't get it confused. All right? Don't get it confused. A lot of this stuff I didn't understand, but I understand now. So when you hear me say, once I was blind, but now I see, my eyes is open to a lot of the stuff I used to didn't pay attention to. Now, if you in your 30s, you in your 20s, you in your 30s, you in your 40s, you still at a point of I was going to say inventing your life. Inventing your life, putting your life together. By the time you reach about 50, now you're getting to the point you should be somewhat settled. I'm 64 years old. I retired from trucking at 58. You heard what I just said? I retired from trucking at 58. And when I retired from trucking, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because I was so used since I was 14 getting up, going to work. I didn't have to go punch a clock. I'm like, oh my God. And the good part about it, right, I came out of school in the 10th grade. I got a 9th grade education. All of my children graduated from school and went to college. Blew me away. Blew me away. So why am I going to come on anybody's platform and talk negative about life and then talk negative about our youth? Why would I do that? Even though we might not like a lot of the stuff that they doing out there, right? If my children was out there acting like I used to act, I would be on their tails. They grown. They grown. And their mothers would too, because we come from the street. So we made sure we raised them better. I'm telling y'all what we'll do. Don't you sit back and be, well, that's out there. That's you. So I get you. I understand. I get you. I get you. We just had to provide better. And don't tell me, because I look at my niece, the 46-year-old one and the 48-year-old one, how they raising their children. And their children raising their children. That makes Big Unc proud. That makes Daddy proud to look at my oldest daughter, LPN. Her son is 18, her daughter's 8, and she's raising them basically financially and all of that by herself. Now, the baby father might help her. I don't know. I don't care because, number one, I know she's a responsible woman. You get me? So what I'm going to talk bad about my daughter for? What I'm going to talk bad about the 31-year-old that's my stepdaughter? When she got her own place, her own car, own job, she doing everything, the rules, the regular, I was going to say the regulations. The 27-year-old, her own place, own daughter, Even though she driving daddy car, I'm all right with that. Because if I need, I know she there for me. I'd rather see her with something than, not to have anything. So her and her baby could get around. Until we can get a new one. That's my thing. I want a new one. I just don't want the pain. But I want to make sure she's straight. Because that's my baby. She doing great. Living on her own. Trying to get the baby father to be responsible financially. And I can't do nothing but sit back and encourage her and empower her not to let that bull junk beat her down mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Y'all don't know what it is to be a parent. You want the best for your children, your grandchildren, your family. I'm my mother's oldest child, second to the oldest living. My oldest brother is 71. I'm 64. It dawned on me one day, all of our aunts, uncles, grandmothers, I'm talking about the close ones that we grew up with as children, they're gone. They would be way over 100 if they were still living. Close to and over. I am the second oldest of Barbara Jean's lineage. Abdul is the oldest brother living. I'm under him at 64. How many of y'all can say that? And I'm gonna tell you, if you still got like your mother, your father, your aunts, your uncles, y'all still got that family thing, bless you. Bless you. Because do y'all realize sometimes it's an emptiness that we feel from time to time? Because we were so used to running to Mama. We were so used to running to Aunt Helen. We were so used to running to Uncle Henry. We were so used to them being there. They not here no more. Aunt Mary, they not here no more. Y'all don't want to hear that, do you? Because you don't understand the value of the village. You don't understand the value of keeping the family together. And most people that grew up with structure, they're going to make sure their children have structure, because you can only give back what's in you. You can only give it back what was freely given to you. As a man of Christ, I am a God-fearing man. Do not get me mixed up with the religion. So when I sit back and I say I am a Christian, I am a Christian. And if you know anything about Christ, Christ was not a religion. I'm talking about the person. That goes to show me where a lot of y'all studying is at. And that's not being smart. Emulating Christ's humility. Imitating Christ's humility. Talking about my personality. I'm talking about my character as a human being. I'm a loving, kind, considerate person. And when I read the part about him flipping the table over in the synagogue, I realized, I said, oh my God, he was human. He got mad. He got angry. But he still was a loving, kind, considerate person. See, that's how y'all get stuff mixed up, because you don't look at yourself. That's why when y'all hear me say that I can be a rotten, no good son of a sea biscuit, because I practiced that life at one point. I don't want my kids, and I know my kids got to go through certain things, you know what I mean? They grown. But the good part about it, if they decide they want to do wrong, okay. If they decide they want to do right, okay. When they're ready to come out and learn something different, daddy is here. That's the point. Because a lot of them have to experience what they got to experience. But for the most part, if they did not see it in you, Because one thing I can tell my children, they never seen me at 13 drinking the Thunderbird. They never seen me at 14 putting that stuff up my nose. They did not see me at 15 putting that stuff in my arms. They did not see me from the ages of 11 to 30 in that lifestyle. Want me to say it again? They did not see it, because if they did, I believe they would have carried it on from there. That's how you need to look at your life. Because if your children out there doing certain things, and I understand the peer pressure, I understand the point of wanting to be part of and all that type of stuff. I understand that. Sometimes that's their way of looking for love in all the wrong places because they didn't get it in the place that they should have got it. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Because the first thing, if I see my kids doing certain things and I know they didn't learn it from me, I'm like, I don't know where you get it from. And if I know they didn't get it from their mother, I don't know where you get it from. Can y'all say that? BMore. Team talk. A lot of us dealing with life challenges from childhood. It's causing a lot of pain and misery in our life today. I got more peace in my life today than I ever had in my life. You know why? A lot of the stuff I used to do, family, I just don't do no more. Come on. That's why I be saying little stuff like I like playing and kidding and joking. I'm a retired sugar daddy. If I liked it, I went for it. I ain't had no problem in getting her hair done, her nails done, her feet done, all that. How much of get BG is? Come on. When I tell our young man I'm a retired sugar daddy, they don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm no different than that one that's hanging on the corner. I'm no different. I'm just the male version of the female. See, I can be honest with me. I ain't got to lie to myself. Because I learned in this process, I don't have to take my body and put it with everybody. At one point, I was taking my body and laying it with other unknown bodies. I was cheating on myself. Oh, he cheated on me. No, I didn't cheat on you. I cheated on me with somebody else. Oh, he cheated on me. No, I did not lay with you. I took this body and I laid it on somebody else. I cheated on me with my body with somebody. So stop it. If you got a man that's cheating, he's going against all his morals, values, and principles. He knows he shouldn't be doing it. But for whatever reason of an excuse he made in his mind to go somewhere else, and you can give him all the best stuff in life you got to offer. But if I'm not happy with me inside, I don't want to use no smugs. And y'all know what I mean, Baltimore City, clean 33 years. If I don't want to use no drugs, I will use sex and become caught up. If I don't use smacks, I'll go shopping because I love dressing nice. It's the feeling. It's the euphoria. It's the high without actually putting the substance in you. I'll start lying to myself. I got 4 earring piercing over here, and a lot of y'all that know me know that. I used to wear 4 earrings here and 2 here, and you could not tell me I wasn't no pretty man. I was handsome. I was gorgeous as all outdoors. I was sexy. And then I realized, I said, Steve, that's something. And that's not against my family. You know, I love y'all people. I love y'all. But I had to look at me. I'm like, that's some I had to let that stuff go. I was sharing with them last night, right? Beijing 47. I will dye this black. Well, basically it's a dark brown. I will dress up nice. Now, mind y'all, I haven't acted like that in a while. So I had my teeth and everything. Y'all got me. I had my teeth and stuff. I had my teeth. So I knew I'm 64, but once I put that on, I know I'm every bit of like 46 again. I already know it. And then I'll start chasing. See, I can talk about me. But guess who I'm talking about when I say that, family? I'm talking about that little 5-year-old inside of me. I'm talking about that little 5-year-old boy that's hurting inside. See, when that 5-year-old kid get to hurting, he will run. He will run to food. He will run to smecks. He will run to outside sources to try to feel whole or complete inside. That's when Steve Copeland have to grab him and let him know, I got you, Steve. It's going to be okay. So guess what I'm doing, family? Guess where I'm at, family? Look at the title. BMore. Team Talk. Empowering our next generation. If they out there practicing certain behaviors, right? Destructive behaviors. It's the parents' goal to get them. If you telling them stuff and they don't get it, sometimes you got to reach out for outside sources. So when you hear me say things like this, we, ours, us in Baltimore City. When you hear me mention a name like Cherie Rogers, Standing Strong Mentoring, she works with our youth. When you hear me mention a name like Squeaky in Baltimore City, the Ruth Kirk Center, he works with our children. When you hear me say names like Uncle T in Baltimore City, he don't just work with the young men. He worked with the young ladies as well. He's been doing it for 10 years now, him and his wife. When you hear me say names like Janet Graham, she works with the returning citizens. She just don't work with the men and women that's coming home from prison. I found out she worked with the youth as well, helping them turn their lives around. No struggles, no success. So when you hear me mention these people, these are organizations, businesses, and programs in Baltimore City that I can tell you about, that I fellowship with, so that we can help turn a lot of this stuff around. But it starts with you and helping them. Don't invite me to your pages if you don't want to hear anything about recovery. If you don't want to hear anything about empowering, inspiring, and motivating our people. I'm not for your chaos and confusion. And they also, when I went to look up some stuff on TikTok, right? Because I said I'm a very aggressive person for the way that I talk. It's passion. Y'all will turn it and twist it. So it told me to move away when I want to get real passionate, because I had to sit back because I'll get loud. And if I'm speaking in the TikTok, it would trigger them like I'm saying something wrong, because I couldn't understand why they would restrict me. I said, I ain't say nothing wrong. I'm only, it said, back it up, because I get loud. Look where I'm at. It told me back it up. So it won't trigger certain things with TikTok. When you hear me talk about Curl and White, right? Curl and White works with the youth as well. Then we got Shelly up Emerson. I'm talking about Baltimore City. Hey, Sean, I'm doing great, and you? Long time no see. It's the teen talk. I'm just talking about our youth. Sean, yeah, empowering the next generation. But what I'm gonna do, I was trying to find out, Sean, how to post it in. All right, yeah. I was trying to like put it in. So like when it goes over to YouTube, and I know you on YouTube, you will see basically what I'm talking about. Even though you might see the couch and then real conversation, but now you might be looking at the other part that I post in there about Saturdays and Sundays is BMore Teen Talk. You might see that because I put that in for the other platforms. But yeah, I'm trying to get better with it, Sean. Like putting the prompts out there. See, it's easier for me for TikTok. I can put it on TikTok, but I'm not real good with putting it over here yet. But I'm learning though. I'm learning, Sean. So Sean, where you from? Because I know you talking to me from YouTube. Hey Sean, that's all I can do, bro. That's all I could do. Thank you. He told me do my best. That's all I could do, Sean. You from Ireland? See, that's what I was telling AI. I was telling AI because I live stream and I already know my live stream all over the world. I already know that. Into foreign and other countries and everything, right? So a lot of times I'll ask people where they from. Right. Thank you. He said, look, OG. He said that wait a minute, let me go back to his other prompt. He said, you have me from Ireland, and this is how good you doing already. That's why I never give up, OG, because I already know anytime I go live, point blank is seen all over. And it's just like he's responding, he's talking to me, which is good to let me know where he hear me from. Then when Maxwell is in oh God, you know I'm getting old. Maxwell is in Buchanan, Liberia. Buchanan. I call him my son. He hears me from Africa. They watch me over in Africa as well. So when I tell people, Sean, Stephen Copeland, that's my name, 909 at yahoo.com is my main Facebook page. I'm streaming to that now. And I'm streaming to 2 other of my Facebook Live pages. I'm streaming to 3 Facebook Live pages at one time. Thanks. Thanks, Sean. Sean said cool name. But look, I'm streaming to 3 of my Facebook platforms. I'm streaming to Twitter, and I'm streaming to Twitch, and I'm streaming to YouTube. This is what I'm talking with Sean at from YouTube. So StreamYard allow me to anybody now that wants to make a comment or ask a question, they can put it in the comments and I can respond back to it. And sooner or later, Sean, I am going to be bringing people up on this platform because whatever topic I put up, I want people to share basically their experience, strengths, and hopes and helping people put their lives together. Now, if I have to reach out to my own mental health team, my PRPs, my therapists, and my counselors, well, psychiatrists, I'm sorry, to come up. I know they can only go but so far because of HIPAA laws. I already know that. I can go further because I'm not held bound by HIPAA laws. That's the reason why I didn't become certified. Because as a person that sponsors men and women, and then women with children, I take them back to deal with a lot of their trauma. It told me watch the word. Stop, Sean. Wait a minute, Sean. Wait a minute, because I've been writing stuff down. I've been look, AI, how can I rephrase this? How can I rephrase that? And I am, family, just to let y'all know, because my journey is spiritual. I have been looking up scripture, but I'm talking about scripture to empower you, to motivate you, to encourage you. And I seen you come through, baby girl, and I'm not trying to be smart. We do not have the power to condemn nobody to hell. We don't. So I don't even talk like that. But when I heard that last night, I stepped in and I said something. Now, Sean, to show you where I'm at with the Teen Talk Show. Oh, Sean, you 17? Oh my God. Thank you, Sean. And this is what this about, Sean. This is what this I'm all about with this. Empowering our young people. It's a lot, Sean. I'm over here near Morgan, right? So it's a lot of strong, powerful young people that's doing great things. And I'll talk about that too, Sean, because number one, I want our youth who say living a destructive life, I want us to encourage them and motivate them to turn it around. You get it? This is what the Teen Talk Show is all about. This is what the Couch Talk is all about. No matter what, it's going to take the parents to make sure their heads are straight in order for you to teach your children. I'll watch my son come through here. I watch my two daughters come through here. I watch my nieces and them come through here. They all do their own thing. I be trying to get them to come up. They be like, no, Dad, you know I was like speaking out like that. I'm like, come on, just for 5 minutes. You into soccer, Sean? You play soccer? Little Steve plays soccer, Sean. He's 23. And that's the whole goal too, family, is to open up a multi-purpose center for inner city youth. But now keep in mind, Jesus, since you came up, Jesus Christ, why did Jesus come through this earth? I know you know if you came up with the name Jesus Christ. Jesus came up to redeem back his lost generation of people. See, a lot of us will come on here and talk that phony, fake bull crap. I don't play. Because I know as an ordained deacon, I'm in the community. I don't preach. I don't minister. I go out there with examples. Look, this is what you can do to better your life here. This is what you can do. Now, certain ones I can talk scripture to, I will talk scripture to. Certain ones I might have to come from a simple layman term, English. I'm old school. I used to hustle. I used to do this. I used to do that. So I understand that lifestyle. And Faith don't come over here picking with me either. Faith, because you know I'm a retired sugar daddy, Faith. I don't practice the life I used to practice faith. That's my baby. That's my baby, 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 baby. She keep me on track. I ain't lying. She keep Faith keep me on track. I know you didn't. She keeps me on track. Every time I see her, she takes me back to Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. But then when I'm not around Faith, I act like a fool. But Faith puts me back, Steve. Put on your gown. I'm like, no. I love her. I love her. Hey, Sean, she will pull out a scripture on you in a minute. I know, Queen. But yeah, you know what time it is. It's Saturday. Now, check this out, family. This is what AI told me to do. Faith. Y'all see it's 7 o'clock, right? Eastern time. So it told me to do this. I was looking for wait a minute, hold up. I'm gonna show y'all what AI told me how to better do this. You know, I'm gonna have to write it down, Faith. Because when you're doing business and you trying to be professional with it, hold up, family. Watch this. Watch this. See, that's why I say y'all have a lot of people that come up with platforms, right? And it's just talk, no solutions. And you proud of that and really think you helping. Oh my God. I've got so much stuff in my phone. What you just say? Faith redeemed, just redeemed. Round glasses. Wait a minute. Oh, let me come out of here. I got so much stuff in here. I just be taking down notes just to help me do my live more in a professional way. But when you're going to put up a live, you need to talk about the situation and then talk about the things that you can help people to do to get better, you know? Now, what I reach right here, say like, wait a minute. It say the business of empathy. On your TikTok, you can explain that your LLC exists to provide structure to your mission, ensuring that your advocacy remains professional and sustainable. That's what I have to do, you know, because I deal with the elite club. So I have to, from time to time, present myself as a professional, whatever that may be. Networking. Use your platform to shout out other Baltimore boots on the ground. Y'all see why I talk about Uncle T? Now, check this out. Let me show y'all this. Come on. Come on. Because when it told me that, I said what I was going to do was take the time out and write Uncle T's phone number and location down. Now, this is for Baltimore City. So whenever I'm talking with y'all and you in a certain location and you doing the same community stuff that I'm doing, I'm only giving you ideas from what I'm being fed to better your mission and your journey. Here we go, family. Now, y'all heard me talk about Uncle T. I mentioned Uncle T right here. And it told me to do this. like every half an hour faith, right? Mention a business that's in Baltimore City that's doing the stuff that we talk about faith. So now what I am going to do, I'm going to read off two for y'all, because it told me only give like one at a certain time, then another one at a certain time, then it said repeat it again, right? Until I get better with being able to implement it in to my messages. Now, this right here is the name of Uncle T's nonprofit faith. Challenge to challenge, challenge to change youth. Challenge to change youth. This is the name of Uncle T's nonprofit. They're at 2312 East Monument Street, and it's Baltimore, Maryland, 21205. The project manager number is 410-900-444. That's 340. The operations manager number is 443-509-9357. And this is for Challenge to Change Youth. They work with the young men and the young women. It told me, like every hour, since I'm on for two, to mention it. Somebody that's a business that's in the city that's doing some of the same stuff. Not only that, say like if you need help, psychological issues. It told me to throw some names of places in Baltimore City that helps individuals with that as well. The reason why, family, it's all about helping our people to grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All right. It's all about helping people to deal with whatever challenges that's haunting them. That's the way I look at it. Whatever that's popping up in your head from your past. Remember, I was just reading that. This is what, before I came on, past challenges, heavy baggage. Past challenges, heavy baggage. And if y'all ever hear me talk, I say things like, don't bring your trauma into your new relationship. Whatever going on with you, go get some necessary help to help you be healthy. If you already know you got childhood trauma there, oh my God, I didn't mean the word trauma. I said trauma again, forgive me, TikTok. But I didn't, because they say they're triggering words, right? So that's why I said I'm trying to change my wording. Not just that. When it comes to talking about hurt, that's some heavy stuff. Those are the unhealed parts that we're dealing with in the here and now, right? Just to help you understand, we already know, and I'm just saying you as the individual, I don't care how old you is. So basically when I'm talking to the teenagers, I'm talking to the adults. I'm talking to the teenagers, I'm talking to the adults. And if my words are so plain and simple that a teenager can understand, I know you can. It's just you refuse to listen. Now, Sean sent the message and said, any advice for me as a 17-year-old? And this is what the talk show is about. He kind of understand because of the language I'm using at 17 years old. He said, keep going, man. I'm proud of you, Sean. Keep up the work and don't give up my legend. He said he's 17. Tell me our children don't understand us. See, this is what makes me proud of young men like him. It was a guy, a 21-year-old, 22, 21 on this platform the other day, and I'm not gonna say your name, baby. And y'all turned around and came for him because it was mainly adults. I was the one that told him I'm really proud of him and the information that he has, Sean, for a 22-year-old. He sounds very intelligent. And I listened to y'all go for him and then turned around and dropped him. So if he needed somebody to talk to, if he needed somebody to vent to, those adults that was on that platform, y'all disappointed him. And I did send him a follower because number one, I pay a lot of attention to our children. And some adults not being smart. Some of y'all are so hurt. You take it out on your children and don't even realize it. That young man the other day on that show, he sound very, very intelligent. For a 20, I think he said he was either 21 or 22. I know he wasn't older than Steve. But some of the stuff he was saying out his mouth, you could tell he was very intelligent. And I think that tends to offend adults sometimes. Now, what do I look like? I got a 2-year-old granddaughter. I got an 8-year-old granddaughter. I got an 18-year-old grandson. I'm 64. No, my thinking is nothing like it used to be. But what I'm saying is, why would I ever make them feel like they're not welcome? Did that fly over your head? My daughter turned the phone around so I could see my grandbaby. And we talking. Playing. Love you, baby. Love you too. Some of y'all are so out of touch, it's sad. And you used to be children yourself. That's why I created the Teen Talk Show. So we can listen and try our best not to judge parents. I watched both of my daughters' face, and I raised my daughters. My oldest daughter, she's about 29 at the time, told me I wasn't her fault. Got smart with me. I said, I'm going to come out there and smack you in your mouth. Getting smart with me. She said, I'm going to call the police, and I didn't go TikTok. I didn't go. I wasn't trying to go no jail. But I understand they get to that point where they will, challenge you. Number one, I'm your fault. And then she said something too. She said, I'm not her fault. I was the one told your mother she was pregnant with you. I almost told my look. I was like, well, I had to remember that night. I told her mother she was pregnant. It was just a special feeling. Then out of all of them, right? Now she called me Steve. I'm all right with it, because that's her problem. But daddy still love you, baby. And whatever that's going on with you, you need to talk to daddy. Daddy here. I ain't trying to figure it out. I just know that women go through certain things. That's all I can say. And whenever she want to talk, daddy here. My 27-year-old, we went through the same thing. But that's my stepdaughter. But that's my daughter. You get me? I don't want y'all to get confused, but that's still like my daughter, right? She called me daddy. She still called me daddy, but she got to the point she called me Steve. I'm like, what in the world? Then my 25-year-old, she got mad at me one time. I'll be goddamn if she ain't called me Steve. I'm like, I ain't trying to figure y'all out. But I used to change your Pampers. I gave you, washing you up, cleaning you, father, daughter dances, all of this, took you shopping, blah, 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 all that stuff. And you gonna tell me I ain't your father? And then I got to check myself to see did I do anything wrong. Nope, you did a real good job. They might be mad at you because they didn't meet a man that meet your up to their expectations the way they fall. And they think you mad at them. No, I'm not mad at them. I love my daughters. And I pray to God, whatever man come in their life, they're independent women, right? Can meet them financially or better. Come on. Can meet them financially, since y'all talking this 50-50 thing. Can meet them financially or better. And even if he's working and he's doing what he's supposed to do, I don't want them to beat him down. If they making more money, don't beat them down. Because they are professionals, women. That's why they make what they make, and they can afford what they can afford. And sometimes you will attract somebody that might not be on that level with you. But I don't want my daughters to make any man, if he's not financially there, feel bad about himself. No, because he might meet them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but just don't meet them financially. You get me? I'm talking about me as a man and what I bring and what I want them to bring to the relationships. But I understand it's their pick. So please don't get it twisted. No matter what. My daughters. A long time ago, June, I stopped trying to figure women out. I told y'all my oldest niece I raised is 46. Then her sister. Then her brother, all of them in their 40s. Now my oldest is 37. And my youngest is 25. And that's why when y'all hear me say stuff like, I do not try to figure a woman out, because I tried to at one point so I could fix you. And I realized I couldn't, because that's what I experienced with my second wife. Don't ever, 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 ever love your person for who they are. That's y'all problems, because it was mine. I tried to mold and shape, and whatever she was going through, whether it was outside, if I had to go jump in your face and tell you, don't you ever disrespect the blah, 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 blah. I did all that. And one day she told me, she said, Steve, I don't need you to always try to fix me. Just listen. I said, God damn. So I'm telling you something, brothers. Love them and accept our women for who they are. Women, as long as you allow a man in your life, and this can go both ways, family, that's financially responsible, that knows how to love himself. Don't think you can put there what's not already there. He has to learn to love himself. She has to learn to love herself. It got to be in here. Listen to what Big Unc is saying, because I went through all that. You never, ever, 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 ever. You are an individual. She is an individual. You do not, and if you find her attractive for where she at, same, vice versa, vice versa, vice versa. Do not, once y'all get together, oh, I don't like you wearing this. I don't want you to be with Becky and them. I don't want. Now you're trying to dictate her life to fit yours. I've been there. I did it. I got lost. I said I'll never do it again. So I listened to a lot of y'all talk about taking that individual that you did not create. God created each and every one of us just the way he wanted to. Then you gonna turn around and try to mold and shape and bend what God already created. You learn to love it, the good and the bad. That's all I want. But now, because I'm an ordained deacon, because I'm a minister for Christ, because my journey is spiritual, why should I mess with somebody that's not connected in that sense, on that level for her? Now I'm saying me, because when she loves herself, and I hear her talk about the work that she's doing, because mainly if she's in the ministry life, you get me? Or just to know that she's a God-fearing woman. She's a loving, caring woman. If she's a loving, caring woman, she's only going to give it back to me. I'm a loving, caring father. I'm a warm, sensitive man. That's how I raise my children. And they know daddy can lay down the rules too. I don't curse around my children. They don't curse around me. If we go out to dinner, they grown. If they want to drink a little something, they can. Because I know that's not something they do all the time. I'm like, you grown. In a way, when I say you grown, basically I'm saying your mother and I did our job. Now we want to see how y'all practice it. Play with Big Up. My children was raised in the church. Now one of my children been baptized. Maybe the 27-year-old. Lil Steve never been baptized. Sienna never been baptized. I want them to get to know Christ for themselves. I want them to make the decision because they already live in a good quality life. To me, they already live in a God-fearing life. To me, they already covered because of their father. Come on. You won't hear too many people talk like this. But I can tell you right now, just looking at their lives, thank you, Jesus, for your grace and your mercy that's covering mine, my family, Cherie Copeland, Ebony Copeland, Derek Copeland, their brothers, my family, period. I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm saying with my own two eyes. And I ain't being smart. See, I can tell you what it's like to be at a family reunion and sit on the porch and look back out over your lineage. Is y'all at that age where you can do it? I can say it. So why not go back and help others? Why not create solutions towards whatever community issues we're having? If you know there's a system designed to keep the people down, Why not create ways and means to help them break that cycle? Mental, emotional, and spiritual cycle. Why not? My children, when their father is spiritually drained, mentally, emotionally, and if they hear me say anything negative, they will twist it all around to bring me back up. It's my children a lot of times to help build me back. And if I'm just saying, as a man, look at this bald head man right here with his teeth. I gotta go get my teeth showed, right? But that's not the point. My heart, you'll judge me outside like crazy. And it's okay. Because it goes to show you're looking at yourself. You're talking about yourself. You ain't talking about me. Because it takes a lot of courage and confidence to come on stuff like this and show your face, show your whole name. I ain't like a lot of y'all got to come up here with these fake names, hiding behind stuff. But you being honest, you being real. Yeah, right. So, the goal was to learn to say words as I speak as a human rights advocate, a community activist, as I speak where people won't think I'm coming up against you. No. I do get aggressive. It's passion. It's boldness. It's courage. And y'all will take it the wrong way. This is what AI told me. You see how close I am to the phone? I mean, to the stuff? It tells me when I go to raise my voice, it says back up. So that TikTok won't think that I'm being aggressive in my talking. So it says back away from the mic. It even told me how to set the mic so that TikTok won't think that I'm doing a hate speech when I say certain things. Because I want to better know how to share here on TikTok. Because it's all about the recovery process. I don't have this issue with Facebook. I don't have this issue with Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn. Those are my other social media pages. If I want to go on BMore and send stuff to BMore, I'm on BMore too. This is basically ministry for me. This is like a pulpit for me. The goal is to reach our young generation, is to reach our younger generation as much as the adults. I'm not coming on here just for fun, just for pleasure, just to show off. No, I know who I serve. And to be honest, that's why I started the LLC as business. That's why I started the housing program. Come on, Will. These are other people that's in Baltimore City doing a great job. I talk about my city and the people that's in the city that I know that's making a big difference. When I said, come on, Will, I was talking about Bead Man. For a lot of y'all that don't know Bead Man, I sponsor Bead Man. Bead Man, matter of fact, sometimes you sponsor people, right? And you try to keep it professional. But in that process, Bead Man is like a brother to me. I've been knowing B, man, when our children was children and they got children now. This man is part of the ministry. This man started a comedy club where he's in the community with comedians. I got about 3 guys that I sponsored that are deacons and ministers and stuff. I'm talking about helping people turn their lives around. Now, let me go over here because y'all know I like to talk about only to move you away from certain areas, right? For TikTok's sake only, I'm going to just mention this because I want to flip it. Instead of saying, they saying triggering words, right? Like trauma or abuse. Don't use those words no more. Use past challenges, hard chapters, heavy baggage, rather than using that. Pain and hurt, rather than using those words when I go to describe certain things, right? Heavy stuff, the unhealed parts and discomfort. Use words like that to better, to make people feel a little bit more comfortable, right? Rather than using words like depression and anxiety, low moments, heavy clouds, feeling overwhelmed. It's telling me how to better, describe certain things rather than throwing those words out, but using other words in the place of them. Triggered, activated, caught off guard. Caught off guard. I'm sorry, family. Shaken up. It just want me to use words right to help people better. We know where you at. Real simple. I know where you at. I know how you feeling. But rather than exactly saying the words itself, it's just telling me to reword it. That's all. And that's what I want to do. I want to learn to reword certain things because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. And when I say that, family, I'm talking about our babies too. When I say our babies, I'm talking about our young, generation. So when I open up my mouth, I'm looking at my grandbabies. I'm looking at my 2-year-old. I'm looking at my 8-year-old. I'm looking at my grandson. I'm looking at little Steve because I'm coming up the road. I'm looking at my nieces and my nephews. So I'm talking about their children, the younger generation, right? Because we are the older, and that's to set the rules and regulations to help them maneuver through life in a more healthy and productive way. Now, I'm going to say unaliving with this word right here, because certain words for TikTok's sake, we can't say. I can say it on my regular platform. But when it comes to TikTok, right, rather than saying the word where people unalive themselves, you get me? Unalive. Those are words that TikTok wants you to use. Rather than saying committed this, committed that, you just say unalive. Now, or self-harm. Just rewording stuff. Are you having unsafe thoughts? Are you in a dark space? Then it talks about discussing it very carefully. Now, I'm going to say this. As a person that sponsors men and women, and I take people inside of themselves to deal with those deep, dark life challenges so they can have peace in the here and now. That's what I do as a sponsor. Okay? If you come to me and you say, Mr. Steve, can you help me? I don't care how old you is. I am going to mention some of the mental health programs that I have worked with in Baltimore City that provides PRPs that provide therapists and provide counseling, psychiatric treatment. I don't care when I refer a client to you. I just want to make sure that you are giving them the proper help that they need. Now, I'm going to share this with y'all in case you didn't know. When you have mental health programs, they will start working with children as young as 7 years old. They have to sign up for the mental health program. So if a woman coming to the housing program, she got 5 children. The youngest is 7 or the youngest 3 or 4, at least 7. She has to sign the 7-year-old up for the mental health program. Mainly, keep in mind, I'm telling y'all the way Steve Copeland work, because I have to line people up to get the job done. I am not the professional in that sense, you get me? I guide them to the licensed professionals. So if you opened up a business, right, being a PRP, and you license, you're certified, hypnosis, counselor, you license, you certified, I can give you clients. That's the whole point of us talking. Because I need some people, professionals, to work with those that need to change the quality of their thinking, their living. You got a lot of people who don't know how to cook, who don't know how to clean, who don't know how to shop, who don't know how, finances wise, they're not making a lot of money. So we will put you in a program. If you say, Mr. Steve, I want to get into nursing. If you say, I want to get into bricklaying, I want to get into plumbing. And I'm not just talking about the men, because you got women that might want to get into trucking. There's a lot of women that's driving trucks now, and they're making real good money. Beautiful women. So if you coming in and you got children, and I know they need a ride to school, we're going to provide all of this for you to make sure your children get the necessary help too. That's why I do what I do, family, because I have to let y'all know what Steve Copeland does in Baltimore City. And I'm going to say this again and again. If you don't want to hear what I got to say, do not invite me to your platform. Don't. I'm all about recovery. I can only speak on Baltimore City. And wherever city you in, get your feet planted. And if we doing, basically the same things, that's how we enhance each other. Well, man, this is what I'm doing over here. This been working like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I've been struggling over here, and I'm going to try that right there. That's how we network. That's called networking. Then y'all want to talk about this, buying this land, and for all us to go on the land. Who going to pay for the land? Then once you pay for the land, who's going to pay for the construction? Do you got the money? You talking about millions and hundreds of millions to restructure communities. So why not work on the ones that's already there that's being ignored? I might be taking it a little bit too far. But this is what I do. I talk with businessmen. I talk with real estate investors. My housing program prepares them. We prepare them to take care of your place. We prepare them by them paying for their bed space every month on time between the 1st and the 5th shows me, prayerfully, you won't be late. But we teach you, pay your bills on time every month. Keep your room clean. Keep your space clean. When I see this with my own 2 eyes, or my staff see this, and they see you doing what you're supposed to do, then I can call that landlord and say, Miss Jones is ready for a house. Then I can call that landlord and say, look, I can call that senior citizen place, right? Because you only get SSI to get you into a place for around about 200, 300, even though you only get 900. At least you got 600 to hold you out. But now you in a place of your own, living room, kitchen, dining area, because all that's one spot on your own. And I'm talking about the ones that's like your senior citizens, you're disabled. Make sure you in a place where they got a ramp if you're in a wheelchair. This is what I do with working with other people, because I can't do it all by myself. So Josh worked with mainly the people that's disabled. So I'll call Josh, say, hey, can you help such and such and such? They in a mobile chair. I call Christina Flowers. She works with mainly the men and women. But basically, I've been seeing her working with families lately. I'm the one that does families. But I see Christina Flowers doing it too. And not just that, Christina Flowers work with other people with housing programs too, because we can't all do this by ourselves. That's when the collective come together. Now I'm taking y'all and I'm sharing with the team talk, right? Because the same stuff, keep in mind, that we basically do to help the adults live a productive way of life is the same programs and stuff we have to put together to work with the younger generation. Jabani Patterson in Baltimore City invited me out to speak on the school system, not properly educating our young men. I'm gonna say young men, but I found out it's the women's too. They wasn't teaching them to help them to grow more educationally. Now, whenever you're growing, let me say mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? Education wise, because you're learning words, you're learning to speak in a more productive or professional manner or elegant way, right? When he asked me to come out and speak, I have a 9th grade education. So my vocabulary is very limited. I'm all right with that, right? Now, I was able to speak from there and why it's important to better educate our young men, because I gravitated to the streets. Catch what I'm saying? So most of your uneducated men were normally going to do corrupt stuff to make a living. When I tell people at 21, I went into trucking. When I tell people that I started my own LLC, when I tell people, and I'm talking about our elite, our business people, our council members, the mayor, the governor, the congressman, they no different than me. I will tell you where I came from, because a lot of them came from there too, to get where they at. They just don't want y'all to know about it sometimes. So with me, when I step in, I'll be like, this what we can do to slow that down, this what we can do to slow this down, this what we can do to put a stop to this. That's the difference between me and your politicians. All right. It's about solutions, family. It's about solutions. Brandon Scott can tell you that about Uncle Steve. Ivan Bates can tell you that about Mr. Steve. Ivan Bates used to be a defense attorney. From what a lot of people told me, said he was a bad defense attorney. I'm talking about he was good at what he did. And they said he's going to be awesome and crucifying your butt to for breaking the laws. So he was a defense attorney. Now he's on the opposite side. Do y'all realize that gave me more respect for him? Because the whole thing, family, if you don't do the crime, you ain't got to worry about doing the time. So if you go out there and you breaking the laws, I'm talking about our babies too, even though somebody is telling y'all at 10, 11, all that young age, you can do this and you can do that, right? It's going to come to a point where you go out there and you do this and you do that and you're not going to come back home. Okay? You will end up in a juvenile facility. That's why we train them young, teach them while they're young. Empowering the next generation. I didn't understand at first the school to prison pipeline. If you don't educate properly our youth, they are going to move in a destructive way, because that's what they feel like doing. Even though it's like good and evil, if you don't properly put them in the programs, embrace their talents, and I'm gonna share this because my time is almost up. Little Steve been playing soccer since he was 5 years old. Traveling team. He was in the club traveling team, so that meant we took little Steve all over. When it came to the airplanes, I'm the one that took Steve to places where he had to go and play and get on planes, because his mother don't like planes. I think she all right with it now. But that's when he was younger coming up. My daughters did tap dance. They did modern dance. They modeled as well. These are the programs that we had our children in as they was growing up. Kaya played cricket. They cut a lot of the multi-purpose centers down. That's why a lot of our youth is running around wreaking havoc. Y'all don't realize that. So you have to find stuff creative. I started a page called Stephen Copeland Jr., Sports and Talents, to embrace our youth hidden talents like music, dancing, art, theater, cricket, baseball. I mean, not baseball, we already playing that. Volleyball, stuff that a lot of inner city children do not play. This is what the multi-purpose center is all about. You got to think of ways and means to help them. My grandson, just like little Steve, he go out, he do what he got to do, but he mainly at home playing the games on, the computer, whatever. Little Steve play soccer. Little Steve drive a Tesla. He do what he got to do. And other times, I'd rather for him to be at home on the laptop than out in the street doing something ridiculous. So is my grandson. He's 18. So y'all will sit back and say, oh, the computer raising them, this raising them. If it's healthy for them, right, and they're not being destructive with it, then that's a beautiful thing. But now if you notice your kids are doing stuff with the computer they ain't got no business doing, Now that's when you step in. That's what I tell parents. Some parents might say, no, I want him to hang out. I want him to do this. I want him to, no. If he's doing positive stuff like the schoolwork, homework, coming home, doing what he got to do, but he's stuck there for now, that's what's occupying him or her, and you see it's not destructive, don't tear it apart. Don't do it. That's that modern day technology stuff. And if that's what's occupying this in a more healthier way for right now, let them do it. At least you know they ain't out there with the games and all that type of stuff. And if you feel as though it might be predators there, and your daughters or whoever could be the boys too, and you need to navigate that, do what you gotta do. For the most part, I didn't check behind my children like that because I know how we raised them. And remember what I was saying? My oldest is an LPN. She mad at daddy right now. Well, let me say this, Mr. Steve. So I'll send her a message. I'll be like, I love you, baby. How you doing? Everything doing? Okay. When you ready to talk to Mr. Steve here. Remember what I said earlier? I ain't trying to figure y'all out. Y'all ain't gonna drive me crazy. I call little Steve. I'm like, you okay? Because I know he got his mother. He got his girlfriend. Then he got his sisters. I'm looking at all those attitudes. I'm looking at when the month rolled around. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I'm glad I ain't got put up with that. Steve, you all right? Yeah, Dad. Okay. And y'all be over here talking bad about each other and everything, right? And knowing that it's a certain time, I can say time of the season, right? Well, it's the time of the month where you might be going through certain things and feeling a certain way, right? And then we wondering what the freak is wrong with you, because we trying to figure y'all out, like y'all trying to figure us out. Sometimes leave it alone. To have peace in your life, leave it alone. Whatever that crazy thing, I'm talking about me too. Whatever that crazy hinky feeling right now and going through what he got going through, let him come up out of it. Because I'm the only one, y'all, be honest with you, that can fix me. I just want y'all to understand, women, family. It's the individual that has to do the work on themselves to change. Now, you can encourage him or her. You can motivate them, stuff like that. That's all you're trying to do. But they are the ones that have to do the actual footwork. I'm telling y'all, take it from a person that tried to do all that and almost drove me crazy, trying to mold and shape another human being. Love the individual for who they are. I don't care what they wearing, if that's what attracts you to them. And I'm gonna tell you, whatever attracts you to them, whether you outside or in the house, you still want to be attracted to them. It's not like somebody gonna find them ugly or unattractive. If they're beautiful, they're beautiful. If they're not, people like people. It's just about respecting them as a man. And I see a woman and she's beautiful, she's sexy, she's gorgeous. I can recognize that and say that. That don't mean I have to go for her. That's what I realize. And that's how I want some of us to look at it. Just because you get in a relationship or you get married doesn't mean people on the outside are gonna get ugly. Somebody always gonna find somebody attractive. That just don't mean we gotta step all the time. So I love y'all, family. Baltimore City, I love you. I'm gonna get ready to end this. Love y'all. BMore. Team Talk. empowering the next generation. And I'm out.